What is good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism boxing channel where we talk all things box. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, put it on all so that you can get notified straight away as soon as we drop new content on the channel. So without further ado, let's get into this one. So this weekend coming, this Saturday coming, we're going to have quite a big rematch between Warrington and Lara. Now, Warrington came into a fight with Lara a little while ago now, a little while back, and it came in as the heavy favorite. Lara was a guy from Mexico, sort of an unknown guy, a guy that most people fancied would, that Josh Warrington would at the very least win very comfortably on points. The complete opposite happened in that fight. In the first fight, Lara came in and just ripped up the script completely, and he just put it on Josh Warrington, and Josh Warrington couldn't really handle the punching power of Lara, last time out. So now we're going into the rematch this weekend. Josh Warrington, he hasn't had any fights in between, and since losing, he's had his hard times. He's had times he's been upset, admittedly, after the first fight, but now he feels he's ready. He wants to right the wrong. He wants to come in, rematch this guy, and beat this guy. And that's what we're talking about in today's video, really. And for me, I feel like this is a fight where I would say it's going to be very difficult for Josh Warrington. No matter what, it's a fight that's going to be very, very difficult for him. But at the same time, I do believe Josh Warrington has the potential to win this fight. At the same time, I mean, if I was him, I would be watching fights like Ricky Hatton versus Juan Urango, where Ricky Hatton goes into that fight and he knows Urango is a very densely built up guy, solid guy, and a bit of a puncher. So Hatton, fought in spurts, he fought in bursts, got in, got out, got in, got out. And I think for Josh Warrington to be able to beat Lara on Saturday, he's going to have to employ those sorts of tactics. He's going to have to sort of, he's going to have to be content to, perhaps, as Ring IQ was saying on his channel, perhaps not throw too many shots, but he's going to have to sort of land maybe in, let's say, 2s and 3s, and just try and land on. Sometimes I would say sometimes he'd have to be content just to keep Lara away with a jab, just a stiff, sharp jab, keep Lara away with a good jab, and then when he gets into range, just bang bang or bum bum bum, 1 2 3, and then just retreat. And he's gonna have to really use his legs against Lara. I would say that he's gonna have to sort of be prepared to have sort of boring parts of the fights. He's gonna kind of have to go against his nature in terms of how he fights, because Warrington, he's a volume fighter, he's a come forward fighter. He's not a guy with one punch power. He's a guy that grinds you down and beats you that way, grinds you down with the sheer volume and the sheer pressure. But against a puncher like Lara, he can't afford to fight that way. So for me, he's gonna have to try to stick on the jab, stick the jab in Lara's face a lot, use that jab as a weapon all of the time. Even sometimes use the jab just to sort of to occupy Lara, to keep his attention, to sort of break his concentration. I'd say that jab of Warrington's going to be very important. He's got to really use that jab, keep that jab in Lara's face, and then just fight in little bursts, 2s and 3s. Don't stand there and trade with Lara, but just land, just try and surprise him a bit, jab in his face all night long, and then just throw your little 2s and 3s, bang bang bang, keep the punches. I know Warrington likes to do a lot of hooks and a lot of these bent arm shots, uppercuts and hooks, but I'd say at least early in the fight, keep it on the jab, stay on the jab, and just use your sort of straight punches from sort of mid to long range. Just bam, 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 straight punches. Try and make sure he doesn't land on you. Use your legs. I think, Warrington's definitely going to have to be using his legs, employing a lot of movement in this fight. Fight on the sort of on the back foot. Use your pivots. I would say he's got to use a lot of feints if he wants to win this fight. That's going to be another important part. But the most, throughout this fight, if Warrington wants to win, he's going to have to use a good jab, try and keep Lara off balance, try and keep Lara guessing, and just throw in those little combinations, twos, bang bang, and freeze. Use straight punches throughout sort of the first half of the fight, and then when you get a bit of confidence, when you get the measure of Lara a bit more, then later in the fight you can sort of bring in your uppercuts and your hooks and stuff. But I'd be very, very cautious if I was Josh Warrington. Lots of movements, lots of jabbing, and things along those lines. I think if he uses his movement, uses his feet well, uses his jab well, little combinations, twos and threes, I think he can definitely do the job on Lara. But at the same time, with the punching power of Lara, with just sheerly how hard he hits, it's one of these where I do think Warrington can do a job here, but I still, for me, I kind of call this fight a, maybe I want to say 55-45 in Lara's favor, because as much as Warrington can get his tactics right, even if he does get his tactics right, he could still get clipped with something and the fight could be over. So I still ever so slightly do favor Lara to just win this fight by catching Warrington clean with something. If it could come to a point where Warrington reverts to type and tries to throw punches in bunches in high volume, where he tries to stay in the pocket and he stays in the pocket too long with Lara, and then Lara clips him and possibly hurts him, gets him out of there. I think that is a scenario that can definitely happen. Of course, I like Warrington, good fighter, but I ever so slightly favor Lara to actually win this fight. I'm open to being wrong. I know I could certainly be wrong on this one, but I get the feeling that as much as Warrington can get his tactics right, if he just lapses for that 1 second, for that split second, the fight could be all over. So this is a very close one. For me, maybe a slight edge towards Lara, but Warrington can definitely do it. But he's got to get his tactics spot on. He can't afford to stay there and trade with Lara at all. So we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts on this fight in the comment section below. And until next time, this is MKO Pugilism over and out. I will catch you on the next one.